Hi everyone, my name's Amy. I did my film analysis on the movie Top Gun, which was directed by Tony Scott in 1986. It's about a hotshot military jet pilot named Maverick who is played by Tom Cruise. A lot of people are very familiar with this movie. I've actually never seen it until I did my film analysis, and I'm really sad that I didn't see it sooner. It's a very, very great movie. It's a perfect movie to, talk about interpersonal communication skills. Maverick could have benefited from this class in many, many different ways. But just a short explanation of the movie. The movie follows Maverick as he enters the top fighter pilot school in the Navy. To prove that he's the best of the best. Maverick and his co-pilot Goose go head-to-head with other student duos as they compete in training and academics to call themselves the United States Navy's Top Gun. So for those of you who haven't seen it, this movie is very action-packed, and there's lots of fighter jet fighting scenes, and it's really awesome for those who are into those kind of things. As the movie goes on, we kind of learn that Maverick's arrogance and ego are dangerous tactics, pose several issues amongst his peers in leadership in the training school. So I believe that he could have avoided many conflicts if he could have just put his arrogance and his ego aside. The same issue kind of arises when Maverick attempts to balance his professional and his love life as he falls for one of the instructors in the Top Gun school, whose name is Charlie. Also, throughout the movie, we learn that Maverick is, kind of puts himself in very dangerous situations when it comes to his fighting the jets and stuff. We learn that he actually puts him and his co-pilot in such a dangerous position that he actually is one of the main reasons why his co-pilot died in the movie. So Goose ends up dying, and it's really, really sad. But it actually, that's where we start to see his interpersonal communication skills diminish. A lot of people, I think, would focus more on the issue with Goose and how he handled his death. But for me, throughout this class, I've learned a lot when it came to relationships and how to communicate in your relationship. I'm not sure if you guys have followed a lot of my posts, but a lot of my posts were relationship based. So in this film analysis, I focus a lot on him and Charlie's relationship. So when he faces a lot of his issues, he uses the avoiding style conflict resolution, which Gamble and Gamble defines as a style of resolving conflict that is unassertive and uncooperative. I also stated in my paper that instead of using the avoiding style, Maverick could have benefited from using the DESCRIPS, which is an acronym for describe, express, specify, and consequence. So the specific scene that I used where I thought that he could benefit from DESCRIPT is when Charlie, his girlfriend, heavily criticizes Maverick's foolish flight tactics, where Maverick storms out of the training room angry and upset. And she does this in front of all of the other fighter pilots, which really, really upsets him. A short vehicle pursuit is ensued by Charlie following Maverick on his street bike through the streets of Miramar, which is where this film was shot. She catches him, and Maverick confronts her on the issue, stating, "You think I'm reckless? I'll have you know my crew and my plane come first." So instead of assuming Charlie is blatantly criticizing his skills as a fighter pilot, Maverick could have utilized DESCRIPS to convey his message of disapproval for Charlie's message in a more constructive manner. So instead of assuming Charlie being critical, Maverick could have said something like, "I don't like when I'm being criticized for my actions, especially in a constructive learning environment," which really upset him because she criticized him in front of all the other people. And Maverick could have continued to express his feelings on the matter by stating, "I feel my actions and tactics were within the reason and appeared to be in due regard to my crew and equipment." So he could have handled that a little bit better. a specific portion of the acronym that could have been easily conveyed by telling Charlie he'd rather not be openly bashed in front of all of his peers and supervisors, but rather speaking to him privately about the matter. In the consequence part of death scripts, Maverick could have provided Charlie with a consequence, such as saying, if you stop criticizing me, I'll feel better about myself. But if you continue to do so in front of my peers, I'll continue to contest your academic lecture in the class. So that was just another short example of what I used that I thought that he could benefit from. Again, there was a lot of portions that I stated in my paper where we could have talked about Maverick and Goose and how he handled Goose's death. Again, I really feel that he could have used a better conflict resolution instead of using the avoiding style. So yeah, that was basically just a short portion of what I thought he could benefit from by taking this class. I hope you all, benefit just as much as I did by taking this class. I've learned a lot about how communication is so important in relationships, and I hope that you all learn just as much as me. So I hope you enjoy and have a great Christmas.